Greetings, fellow test subjects. So, well, from this point on, any Aperture Gaming or B.O.S reviews, there will be royalty-free music playing in the background. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy. Da 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 da. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it. We test it. You play it. And welcome to our review of Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. So, let's get into the review, shall we?
Series.
The series, so this is the latest game in a long-standing series that started back in 1987. It's part of the arcade beat-em-up games.
Team.
Alright, a lot of studios worked on developing and producing this, including, but not limited to, Maximum Games, Arc System Works, Modus, and Secret Base. And depending on which system is on, also is a factor of which teams produced and developed.
Plot.
The plot is, it is the year 1990X, and after a nuclear war that was so powerful it blew off the fourth digit of what the year could be, people in the world, especially New York, are trying to recuperate, but there are gangs in New York who are now running roughshod over all the common people. And only 4 people can try to bring the gangs to heel and have the mayor of New York try to, get things back to normal. You first play out as one of 4 unlockable protagonists, Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee, the 2 brothers who are the title Double Dragons. They are sons of a martial arts master because it was the 1980s and everything was neon and martial arts and great music and great films. Yeah, so they are the 2 protagonists along with their friend Marion Kelly and Uncle Matt. These 4 you first have to team up to travel across to 4 different locations in New York and beat up the 4 gang leaders in New York along with all their minions.
Gameplay controls.
The gameplay controls are pretty straightforward. You move around with the mouse, the joystick, and then you have 4 buttons. One for jumping/double jumping, one for picking up and throwing items, your bad guys, knives, broken bottles, or food to eat, one button for the general attacks, and one that unleashes the special attack after you build up your charge gauge enough. So this game kind of reminds me a little bit of the classic arcade games like the Simpsons arcade game or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. And if one of the guys you're playing as gets defeated, another character swaps in. So it kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country in some aspects. So yeah, you go to each location, you beat up the minions, you beat up the head villain, and after that, the other places, you pick which one's next. But after each place is beaten, the areas get more difficult. They get more minions, or they get henchmen or assassins who are a little stronger, and the difficulty just goes up. And you can adjust the difficulty of the game in the settings area. Why would you do that? Because as you play the game, you earn money, and the money can be used to buy tokens. And tokens can be used to unlock art, music, characters, and etc.
Graphics.
The graphics of this game look pretty good. It harkens back to the ye olden classic days of the 32-bit games. But it has an air of somewhat, while it looks like the classic, it has a little bit of the modern day stuff going on for it. So yeah, the game looks really good. The way the landscapes are done, and all the characters. Yeah, so good job for both the environment and all the people in the environment. They did a really good job on this. And the animation is pretty good also.
Audio.
The majority of the game is you hear the punching and kicking sound effects, sounds of combat, the background music, I like that pretty much, and every once in a while there are some parts where you actually hear a character speak.
Multiplayer.
The game can be played either solo or 2-player co-op.
DLC.
At this point, I have not seen any DLC, but the game has potential. You could unlock gangs and bosses and locations from previous games. You could have more characters to play as or to fight. There is the potential for DLC. Like I said, this game dates back to the 1980s. I mean, the franchise does. And the cool thing is a bunch of the games are available on different platforms for digital download, so there is potential for the DLC here.
Issues.
While technically there is nothing wrong with the game, I can see how, like if you have the difficulty in one area cranked it too high, you'd have to crank it down. But the main factor is the whole arcade theme. How you have to unlock everything, you have to replay the game over and over and over again. And that means probably playing as different characters or the different order of locations you go to. Well, I would see the benefits in that. If this was the only game you had to play after a while, it would be tedious. So I see there is a problem, just a slight problem there. But otherwise, the game plays and works just fine.
Buy, rent, or pass.
I have had fun playing this game. It was enjoyable. I don't think I've done a beat 'em up style like this in a long time. So yes, I'd say the game is a definitive buy.
Overall score.
So I'm giving the game a lot of good praise, and I think the only factor is the whole replay value. Because either by yourself or with someone else, if you had to do the same thing over and over again, it might get a little tiresome. But that's why we have so many different game varieties to choose from. Still, it is cool to see how a game series that was established back in 1987, in about 4 years, it'll hit, let's see, 97, 07, 17, it'll hit its 40th anniversary, so hot diggity dog. So, I give Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, a 9.5 out of 10. It's fun to play, it sounds great, it looks great, and I look forward, it's cool to see all the stuff that could be unlocked, and like I said, the DLC potential is through the roof. So hopefully they'll capitalize on that. And like I said, depending on which platform you're on, depends on which teams developed and produced this game. So look into that. Alright, well that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming. Thank you for watching, and as always, game on. Have a nice day.